Yeah, Gaetan Bloom.
Exciting. Huh? Yeah,
Awesome.
it's good stuff. And Gaetan's one of those guys that like the methods are often as entertaining as the effects themselves. You know what I mean?
How do you describe a guy like him? He is kind of throwback, kind of proppy, and gaffy, but strong.
I would throw another term out there just because I got to see sort of the other side of it a little bit. I would say he's like a creative genius, like he's a guy that can look at something and get something out of it that you wouldn't necessarily see.
So and so many clever ways to handle problems.
Totally.
He's just a very creative thinker and just really, really strong and
inspirational to see how he thinks and solves some of the problems that he solves. Like you would not come up with some of the solutions that this guy comes up with without really just banging your head against the wall a bunch of times and going, that's not it, that's not it, that's not it, but the guy just doesn't give up. He keeps going until he finds the right method.
Just clever isn't a strong enough word.
That's right.
You know what I mean? It is clever.
No, it's some of the stuff you see, you go, that's diabolical, right?
Yeah, like that's even a better word. Yeah.
They're just so strong. Like I beginning, it's the methods are almost in some cases as entertaining as the effects themselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. I got a good story I'll tell you about.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I got to hang out with them a little bit on this thing that we're going to watch today. I was actually the production assistant when these were shot. So I got to spend the day and sort of help Gaetan get all this stuff set up and ask him whatever I wanted, right? I mean, it was pretty amazing because I had just come off of being at a convention with him for a week and watching him do all the lectures and getting to talk to him, knowing that I'm coming up to this video shoot with them and then really get to talk shop with them. It was an education I couldn't get any other way. It was really, really amazing. And I love that dude.
I mean, you tell us stories like that all the time, about the front row seat you had to so many historic people that, most people will never even see or never have seen.
It's true.
And you actually didn't just see them. Possibly had an opportunity to chat with them, which is fascinating.
Well, it's the thing I love, it's like we were talking about before we started. I mean, magic is the place where I've met most of the people that I consider my dearest friends in the world, and I don't take it for granted that I get to stand next to guys like this, and I think it's sort of a perfect fit with CC. I mean, these are experiences that would just live in my head and I would just go live my life and it would be no big deal. But to be able to come here and tell the stories and
share it with people who understand and
care.
And care. Yeah.
It's cool, man. It's really cool.
Did I already say this, but I don't remember. Maybe we said it last time we talked about how there's like some of the greatest magicians in the world people will never see. They've never heard of them. They're just always, I mean, me and you talk about this all the time.
We were talking about this yesterday. Totally. Yeah.
And it's just like Gaetan Bloom is one of those magicians who is just clever and really strong magic. And most people will never come in contact with him in any way, shape, or form, like on video or anywhere.
That's right. It'll be a special experience if you see that guy in a live situation, right? I mean the gigs he would work for Layman, they were special situations, even where he lives in France, right? Like you had to seek that guy out because he's a master magician and he's working at the elusive place where it's a night out and you have to pay to go have that night out. But yeah, wonderful stuff. And another thing about Gaetan that, I'll just throw this out there because it was, we should watch this first clip and I'll sort of talk about his process a little bit because he said something to me that sort of stopped me in my tracks and made me really reconsider creativity and just being in the creative mindset. You know what I mean? Let's watch this first one. It's a little bit longer. It's a little bit more involved piece, but this is a great example of the thinking of Gaetan. I love this. This is really cool.
First, I don't speak English fluently. I speak French pretty fluently, but then I have a lot of problem with my memory. I have no memory at all, and I found a system, very easy system. So I will show you how it goes. Imagine my mind, my brain is there, but my brain is there. Okay, yeah. So my brain is like this box, and my cards are my IDs. You can see that? Okay. So you can see my cards, my IDs are pretty well shuffled in my mind, and that's my problem. So I found a way to put some organization in all that. So I will try to show you how I do. I take some cards. Can you please shuffle them, shuffle them. Oh, like that. Good shuffle. Okay? You do this. You do it pretty well. Okay. More for you, sir. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Who has any problem with his memory? You don't? You don't? Raise your hand. Huh? What's your name again? Jeff. Okay, okay. Oh, you have memory problem. Shuffle, good shuffle. Okay. You want more? No memory problem, you? Okay, you can have some. Shuffle. What's your name again? Jeff. I told you I have memory problem. You know? Thank you, Mark. Can have everything. So everybody is shuffling, shuffling, shuffling. Good. Now I need only 2 or 3 spectators to do that. So Eric, I don't choose you for this week. Can you give the card there? You give the card there. And what's your name? Lloyd. I won't forget that. Okay. And the same for you. So you bring the card over. Okay. Good. No memory problem. You have memory problem. What's his name? I told you, you had memory problem. I told you. Shuffle, 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 shuffle. It's good. Okay, now I want you to take any card in this pack. Don't show it to me. You look at your card and you pass the card around to Christian. And then to Laurie. I don't know, I don't remember. I tell you, I'm terrible at that. Okay, everybody, boom, boom. Go there. Everybody remembers the card. Remembers the card. Okay. And you put it back in your pack. And you shuffle again. And you shuffle again. And you shuffle again. That's very important. Okay. It's done. So by now, Mark, is there any way for me to know this card? No. Yes, there is. One way. Only one way. I've just to memorize these cards. Yeah, I tell you. So how many seconds, Christian, you give me just to memorize a wool pack?
100 seconds.
100 seconds. It's a lot of seconds. And it's not a wool pack. Oh, yes, you have the... Oh, okay. We go with that. It's enough for my poor memory. So I will try to memorize all that. Like this. I shuffle again, a little bit. In less than 100 seconds. In less than 100 seconds. You have still your chrono, you have my watch, you have everything. And Monica, it's whenever you like. Okay. I start now. Go! Stop! How many seconds?
20.
20 seconds? Okay, I look perfectly normal, but you just have all my thing in mind. What was your name of your card? Erica.
No, that's Erica.
Yeah, oh, sorry. Yeah. Oh, you have a good memory. Okay.
Queen of clubs.
Queen of clubs. 16. No kidding. 16, if my memory system is correct. Your card is 16 in the pack. So can you check that? You count one by one. Oh, I'll do this. I do this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Again.
Queen of clubs. Whoa.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And believe it or not, I know all these cards by heart in any, so you can name any put. Ah! Well, I knew them by heart. Sorry, stupid. And I can do it twice because it takes me a long time to memorize once, but after, no, I can do something. I still remember them as a block of cards. So from this block, Maybe I can deduce those. You have still some cards.
Yes.
So I can maybe deduce this one. Can you split this one, red and black? And you give the black to somebody, you keep the red, and you tell me when it's done. I'm not nervous at all, okay? And you split the clubs from spades and hearts from diamonds, and well, okay.
Done.
It's done. So what you have? Which suit?
I have the blacks.
You have the blacks and spades and clubs?
Yes.
Or can you split the spades and give the all the spades? Oh, you have only the spades?
No, I have spades and clubs.
Okay, so you split them.
Yes, I did.
Ah, okay, so you keep everything. Okay, but it's split it in your hand. And it's split it in your hand too? Okay, I bet, because he has spades on yeah. I go with spades. Spades, you have the ace, the 2, the 5, money, 6 and 9. Correct?
Correct.
Okay. Hearts, I will go for hearts. There's a lot of cards there. The 2, the 4, the 5, the 8, and the queen. Correct? Clubs. What you prefer, clubs or diamonds? Clubs. Well, sorry, 3, 4, queen. Clubs.
The queen was mine.
I know. And the last one, diamonds. Only 3 cards, pretty close together. 3, 6, 7.
Yes.
Thank you. It works.
Clever little thing.
It looks like so much more than it is, man. It's really amazing.
It's a clever little thing, isn't it?
So clever. It's really, because it looks like he's just like a master of this whole system, but he literally knows like 10 cards, right?
The reality of it is, though, it's more than that. It's a very entertaining presentation, taking his time. It's not entertaining because he slathered some story on it. He's taking the time to connect with people, to chat with people. I used to say all the time, it's like, if you're a magician, work in parties, right? You should be able to be invited to the party whether you did magic or not. Right?
That's right.
You should
That's
be,
right.
It should be a good deal to have you there, whether you're going to do, your card tricks or not.
That's
And,
right.
that's what you see from him right there in the beginning. He's just chatting, what's your name, talking, just playing around a little bit. I'll give the guy a different name every time, but in a very, you knew it was tongue in cheek all along.
Totally.
Right?
And this is a couple tricks into the set too, right?
Yeah.
He's doing things to sort of set that mood. In fact, why don't we do this real quick? Let's just watch this next clip because it's a short one. It's like, less than a minute, but it's one of those things that he's doing at the beginning to sort of set the mood of like, I'm this guy, I'm going to do this magic stuff for you. Let's check out this next clip. It's really, really cool. It's a quick one, like I said, but it's sort of, it shows you just the level of things that he's hitting these people with. I love it.
I'm mad, Mike Bloom. It's like a McDonald's, but I order my food. I pay $10. They give me the bag, and they give me the torch, and they told me, well, you have just to eat your meal inside. You eat it up. So since this morning, I'm eating the thing, but there's nothing. So I'm very hungry by now. I'm very hungry. I don't know what to do. I just to wait for the thing. Wow, McDonald's. Yeah, here we are. Well, which you have hungry too. You can have something there. Have some fries. Have everything. Have a good meal. No, because I know magic is a program.
That's like a real Gaetan Bloom deal right there.
Right.
That is it. More than the card trick. That's the kind of stuff I was talking about.
Yeah. Just clever methods that just smack you real hard in the face. You go, what? The one before that, there's a lot of thinking. There's a lot of psychology that's going on there. There's a lot to that showpiece, but I thought it was worth watching because we've watched some master mentalists do this sort of material where it is really involved. It's really an involved system. And Gaetan went the other way, where it was more, like you said, more about connecting, more about being present with the people, and all that stuff is happening. so that he can focus more on the connections rather than the methodology of the card stuff. Cause it's like the method's like dumb, dirt, simple, right?
Right.
He's
Right.
making it so he can play with the people. He can just hang out and be present.
I mean,
So,
it's so important. I mean,
yeah.
it's so important. You could argue if you want, but I'd say it's almost 50% more important than the magic.
I agree. I think you have to be able to be, well, you're the social lubricant, right? If you're working at walk around, at least you're the person that's there to make sure that the party is moving along and everyone is having fun. And the magic is secondary to that in my mind, right? You're there to be the great connector and bring everyone together at the party, right?
All that. And okay, when you have that ability to be loose, okay, it just lulls everybody into a relaxation where your job in general becomes easier.
No doubt.
You know, people aren't burning so hard, they're relaxing, they're laughing, you know, they're not really paying as close attention as to when you're like, I'm gonna do a trick, watch right here. You know what I mean? And then
It's
really
true. Like Gaetan is almost like a clown in some sense when he's doing this stuff, right? He's happy to be like a buffoon because it's breaking down what you're talking about into a place where let's connect, right?
Right.
Very interesting. It's very interesting.
Awesome, dude. What do we got? We got another one?
We do. So let's get into this next one. This is not a standard magic looking thing. It's sort of like a carnival game. And well, let's just watch it. We'll talk about it afterwards.
Let's just watch it.
This leads into another interesting discussion point.
So I have some tiny charms. Lucky charm in French we say porte-bonheur in French. Porte-bonheur, you know what's porte-bonheur? It's a lucky charm. And I have one. I love this one because with this charm I have love, money, whatever, you know, especially money in fact. Well, not so much money in fact. Well, it works for me. I mean, it's a nice charm. Now the thing, if I go to Vegas with my money, I put my charm on it, and nobody is going to get near my money. It works with my wife too. I have no wife, but it's okay. It's okay. So I want to be nice with you. So I want you to get the other one. So I have 9 there, 9 lucky charms, and you can have the one you like. You just pull on the nail, and you see there is a nail showing there. So on each one there is a lucky charm, and the last one will be for me. That's the only thing. Okay, anyone. Pull hard. Oh, look, that's a beautiful thing from Sacramento. Oh, it's wonderful. Very nice.
Nice keychain.
Okay. Marita, cuando quieres. Good. Oh, that's a lucky one. Oh, you can have one too. Any you like. Don't this one, not this one. Okay, but too late. Okay. I wanted to help you. Okay, you can have 2. Oh, you lucky. Oh, yes, money for you. Okay, a little bit of money. Okay, can have another one. Again, more money. That's too good with money. You can have another one too because you have been really helpful. Okay, another Sacramento thing with love, you know. So you have love, he has money, you have everything. I'm very sorry for your wife, you know. I mean, it's terrible. Okay, now only 3 left. You can have one too. This one. Oh, I will go for that one. Yeah, sure. And what? Oh, it's sand from Sacramento. No.
Sand from Sacramento.
Now only 2 left. My own is still there. You can have my own or not. Depends. Either it's there, either it's there. It's your choice. Pick the one you like. Good. It's not my home. My own is from Sacramento, but I told you, I leave always my home somewhere with my money. And thank you because I have my thing with my money. Good have is this one. I thank you very much. You have been wonderful. See you tonight. Bye-bye.
Very clever.
That
Very
is
clever.
that is the thing right there. That's a really good example of the kind of stuff he invents.
Totally. I remember helping him set up all these props before this video shoot. And at a certain point, you know, all these things are just set up in this room. We have them all ready so we can stage them and bring them out so we can do the show. And I'm just sitting there with them, you know, looking at all these very clever methods, all these tricks. And at a certain point, I'm like, what is the process for you, man? Like, how do you like come up with these things? Like, none of them are the same. But recently what it's been is my son is really young and I love going toy shopping, but I go toy shopping for two reasons. One, because I want my son to find a toy that he loves, but then I want to play with his toys and I'm looking for toys that I want to play with, not because of the toys, but because of the mechanisms that live inside of these things. Because often toy makers make mechanisms that are great for magic. You just have to sort of re-engineer them and make them work for our purpose as magicians, you know? And that like set me down. I was like, whoa, I never even thought about it like that. He's like, yeah, there's a lot of creative engineers that are out there, but you just have to take their ideas and sort of turn them on their ear and find where the magic is in those things by just playing, you know, and it wrapped back around to that. It's about playing. I love playing with my son. I love playing with toys. I love playing with magic. I get into this playful spirit when I perform, and that's really my secret.
I see that.
I like to play.
Yeah, you can see that. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. And another interesting note for those that are super geeks about thread work like I am, he had the biggest spool of invisible thread I've ever seen in my life. It was literally like this big and this big around, and he had like a lifetime supply that he traveled with of invisible thread. It was amazing. So for those super geeks on thread like I am, you know.
So I think I've told this story before, but Gaetan Bloom was at a convention I was at and saw his saw his lecture, loved it. Everything was great. Then he did the evening show.
Okay.
So, you know, he was on the evening show, hilarious. I can't tell you, I knew he was funny. Can't tell you one thing he did. You know what I mean? It's one of those things.
When he did the evening show, he did like the FISM act where he had like the mic stand with the
he did. Yes.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah, that's what he did. Exactly.
Nice.
So then it was all over. And I remember went to the bar in the lobby, right? And so we're just talking, you know, magic convention stuff. And then I look over and here I see Gaetan Bloom coming out of the back of the theater. Okay. And he's just got his hand on a case that's about, I don't know, maybe 18 inches by 18 inches by 4 feet. Okay. And it's on wheels. It's got two nice straps on it. It's all labeled up. He's just casually walking, pushing this thing. And I looked at it and I thought to myself, that's how a pro travels the world.
That's right.
Right? There's no extra pieces. There's nothing extra to keep track of. Okay. It's all in a tight bundle. You put your hand on it and it rolls.
That's it.
And then that's when the lights went on for me. And I was like, okay, I got to get the right case. I got nothing that you don't put anything that doesn't fit in the case. Right. And I always see people do this too. They'll come to do a show or something. And it's like the traveling garage sale. Well, this fit in this box and I just got this under my arm. Don't let anyone see that thing. You know, that kind of thing. But anyway, I was so impressed. I mean, he just exuded so much professionalism.
And it's easy to forget. He's a stranger in a strange land when we see him here. He's a Frenchman speaking a second language in America, hanging out with us. So any of this weirdness that we might associate being Americans to what he's doing, you got to remember what his point of view is. He's here to work and he's getting it done. He's creating fans and, you know, telling people about his magic and then going back home to France. And, you know, he's sort of just proselytizing, right? He's out there. He's just showing everybody the way. And it's amazing because all the things you're talking about, he has to have it like that or else he can't focus on being present, right? Exactly. He's speaking in a language that's not his native language all the time.
Well, that is exactly what you said. There is the reason why that was so important. And I didn't make that point was I thought that exact same thing. He's here from France. And so at the time I was doing gigs, like I was taking any gig I could get. And so I'd drive 3.5 hours, you know, to do a gig. And it's just like, wow, you got to really be prepared. Because if you get 2 hours into that drive and you forgot the thing, you know what I mean? You know,
it's the reason to have the act all fit in one case. And you go, hey,
you got to have that level of organization.
In the foam, that thing's missing. That cutout's there. There's not a thing there. I got to put the thing there so I know that my bag is packed. Everything has a place.
Yeah.
Amazing. Well, we were talking about that in the pre-show, just, you know, just organization of knowing where your props are and knowing what you have. And, you know, and obviously having that all translate to being the show box. And you bring that kit to the show and you're ready to go and it's all there.
You know, you got everything.
You know, you got everything.
You need.
Yeah.
You know,
it's huge.
Yeah.
Well, let's close this out with one more card thing. This is a great closer of Gaetan's, and it sort of involves everybody in the audience. This is a really great piece, and in fact, this is probably, if we're going to talk about one in the after show, we should probably talk about this one, because this one's pretty fun. So let's check this out.
I want you to shuffle the cards again. You did nothing in this part. Okay, so you shuffle, you shuffle, you shuffle. That's good. Okay, can you stand up and stay on the side? I need one people there. So you shuffle and you take one. Any card you like. And you stand up too and you stay there. Good. And I give you a few plates to shuffle. Shuffle them. You have nothing to do, so you can shuffle the plates. You shuffle the cards. Okay. You have one already? So I want you to mark your card. Put a big mark on the face, like you did before. Yeah, I know it's not that easy. You are doing a good job. Keep shuffling. You can cut the plates too. I mean, yeah, okay, that's good.
Should be using blue or green.
It's true.
Sure. I need everything back. Good. So that's his card. Remember his card? I don't want for any reason to look at this card. I won't look at the card. Just going to shuffle more. Okay. Now, you like to play dices? Yeah. I have dices here. Can you take this? And I want you to put your hand like that, and you shuffle like this. Okay? And you make a good shuffle. Good. Now I have more. Up. I have more plates for you. Yeah, it's a lot. He had 52 cards. You have 52 plates, more or less. So you shuffle, and you shuffle the cards. So you shuffle the card, you shuffle the dices, you shuffle the plates, everything. Now, more complex. I want, first, I want you to see that, for instance, if you stop now, the total will be 2, but let's make it more complex. It will be 11. Because we don't add, we just look at the dices. 11. So you shuffle more, and now you did so well for the last trick. You shuffle the plates? Yeah. Okay. Now I want you to take all the plates and throw them in the audience. Oh my God, is he happy doing that?
You know why I can do that?
Yeah, throw them. Throw them over. Yeah, that's good. Now I want you to run, catch the plates, and throw the plates all over the place like this. I want to see flying saucer all over the room. That's good. That's good. Now stop. Give me the box. Big moment. You have the cards. Everybody has a plate. All the 52 spectators there in the room. Yeah. So now I just want you to read the total we reach.
26.
26. Who has played 26? You have played 26. Good. You stand up with plate 26. You hold it high. Good. Now, you have the cards. On the count of 3, I want you to throw all the cards, and you catch as many as you can. Okay? You go. 1, 2. No, I told you on the count of 3, dear.
I don't follow directions.
I'm sorry, you have to. No, wait a minute. You have ever done magic before?
No.
No?
No.
Well, you did well. She did well. You can stand. You can sit now. You did well. I'm sure she did well. Because she did a kind of mystic catch like that, you know. 26 was your number you reached. And if I take this knife, and if I go through the plate like that, I will rip off the plate. And inside the plate, look, we reach inside, I hope. It's very tight. Yeah. Yeah. I can rip it off. There is one card inside the plate. Plate you choose. This card is signed. Yes, there is a big mark. It's a 9 of spades with your mark on it. I thank you very much.
I mean, you look at it and it's crazy, right? I mean, it's build a wallet. I mean, it's card to wallet.
It's card to wallet.
Right?
It's card to wallet.
Then it's crazy. Okay. But then you think of the cleverness of it, right? Imagine, you know, the plates, the spectacle of it, the randomness, you know, how random it appears. It's the kind of thing that is deceptively powerful.
I saw him do it twice. I saw him do it in that room, and I saw him do it at the convention. And both times it brought the house down. I mean, it's astounding. There's nothing to backtrack to, right? By the time your mind goes to, wait a second, what happened with it's too late. It's too late. It's over. It's really beautiful.
Yeah, it's really, really beautiful. It really is a beautiful, very simple, seems innocent.
Seems innocent.
Doesn't
It's just
seem
cards
like
and some paper plates.